Man, amongst all this Drake drama, dog, like things are spiraling. I'm sorry. I can't sing and I still do it. But anyways, what up, y'all? I'm back and I'm just here to give my quick thoughts, and I'm gonna try to make it quick for real. Thoughts on what's going on with Drake. Now I've talked about the whole lawsuits thing on the My Two Cents podcast. I will leave that podcast in the description box below. The reason why I'm talking about this whole situation on this channel or this podcast, whatever I consider it, it's because I think this is, or at least the message that I have here is way past the realms of music, right? The stuff that I cover on the My Two Cents podcast have to do with the music biz and things relative to all of that, right? This is although Drake is a music artist, I think that what I have to say here speaks to more of situations outside of the music, like hanging out with people because they are just famous. They're just famous individuals. And, I know that's something that all famous people do. They're not saying everybody in their life is famous, but they tend to have friends who are also, famous and celebrities and things. So that's nothing surprising to me. But what I wanted to talk about with Drake is, or at least being his friend, is I want to ask a question, honestly, to the LeBron Jameses and all the other people who are a friend of, Aubrey Drake Graham. And that question is it really worth it? Now, I ask this question because I'm referring to the text messages Drake had with this clothing designer. I'm forgetting this dude's name. I think his name is like Chris Blake Griffin or Griffith, something like that. Either or, Drake had a conversation with dude. Dude is accusing the designer guy, Chris Blake Griffith. I'm gonna just, if I got his last name wrong, I'm gonna just use his initials, CBG, right? Because I know those are his initials, so I at least got that right. But he's actually accusing a football player. And I'm not saying his name, not because I'm afraid of lawsuits, but because I forget who the hell he's accusing. You know what I'm saying? That's how very little I care about this chatty patty shit, to be honest with you. But if I got something to say about it, I have something to say about it. Anyways, he's accusing this NFL player of making sexual advances at him, right? And when he turned down his sexual advances, he then says this NFL player, maybe his name will pop up on the screen and shit, but like this NFL player had his brother and a couple of his boys jump him in the elevator. Now there's video footage of, this CBG dude getting jumped in the elevator by the football player's brother and some other men. So, I mean, if we're going based off of what video cams say and the claims behind it, now the cams didn't pick up audio. It wasn't like you can hear, the dude's brother saying, "You turned my brother down and now we gonna fuck you up." Like, we didn't get all that. We don't know what was said to him while he was getting jumped. But there is clear-cut video in this elevator of this this stylist dude, CBG, getting jumped. Apparently CBG is Drake's boy as well. Now, CBG thought it would be wise because he wanted to spread the news of, what this football player did. And he reached out to Drake. He said he was going to reach out to, a bunch of people. And he reached out to Drake. He reached out to Drake asking him to spread the word of this information. Drake, and I'm going to defend Drake 100% in this situation. As much as I don't like to do, as much as I don't like anybody, this isn't even just applicable to Drake. This is for anybody. If I don't have to like you to defend you when I feel as though you're right or when I feel as though you're being wrong. Let me say that again. I don't have to like you in order for me to defend you when I feel as though you are right or when I feel as though you are being wronged. Okay? Now, I say that because a lot of y'all can't do that, but in this situation, Drake lets CBG know that, hey man, this is not my fight, essentially. And I'm not going to get involved in your fight because, well, this is not my fight. Probably the smartest move Drake has made as of lately is to not involve himself in this situation. Here's where, things go wrong, with Drake. He goes from, okay, someone who looks like seemingly he makes sound decisions to once again make a dumbass slight at another, quote, friend or former friend, and that person being LeBron James. Now, Drake in this conversation, this private conversation with CBG, he mentions to CBG, like, I am upset with what what LeBron did. And he pretty much says, what if, Nike responded with, not Nike sponsored. His example sounded so stupid, but it was like, what if Nike sponsored LeBron James cheating on his wife? I don't know how he thought that was a great analogy because it was a terrible, 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 terrible uh, analogy. Analogy. It just really was. What he was essentially saying was LeBron James is wrong for going to the pop out concert and listening to Not Like Us. And he's like, what if Nike, again, Drake's, not Drake's, but LeBron James, the company that LeBron James does business with, to have his signature shoe with, what if they had and I'm saying this because maybe this is what Drake said, because like I said, it was a terrible fucking analogy, but I don't expect a dude who doesn't write his own rhymes to know what an analogy is or how to use one, so I guess that's in Drake's defense again. Anyways, though, I think he was trying to say, what if there was a sex tape out there of LeBron James having sex with someone who is not Savannah James, his wife, and Nike sponsored that, or Nike put out the tape, right? Or Nike paid people to spread the tape around, right? Or paid somebody for said tape so they can spread it around. I don't know why that would be the next Nike ad. Nike, fuck a white woman. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But again, this is Drake's terrible analogy. And again, that could be a stretch, but I'm trying to work with something here over that terrible ass analogy, right? Someone's going to call me, you stupid. You didn't know what he was saying. A fucking Hot Pocket is going to say all that shit. And a Hot Pocket, shout out to Deleted. A Hot Pocket is somebody that be glazing Drake. So his fans are considered Hot Pockets. But a Hot Pocket's going to get all in his comments and mad, right? Now, as I stated for all the Drake, meat glazers, meat warmers out there, I think your man is smart for not getting involved in CBG's drama. The problem is that conversation wasn't supposed to be out. CBG being the sassy gay man that he is, and that's right, I said it. Him being the sassy gay man that he is, he leaked that conversation and he tried to capitalize off of the hate train that is going on with Drake right now. Oh, he's not a real friend, and blah, blah, blah. I can understand now why Mr. Drake said no new friends, because with friends like y'all niggas, why would I risk it? But Drake ain't a good friend either. Again, he brings up LeBron James and he brings up this scenario of, what if Nike essentially, sponsored or did something with a sex tape of LeBron James and some other woman that wasn't his wife? What if they put the word out and everything? What if they supported that? Okay. Essentially is what Drake was saying, or at least I believe that's what he was trying to insinuate with that, once again, terrible analogy, right? So, Drake saying that to me, revealing that, and whether he meant for the conversation to get out or not, which I don't think he did, but whether he meant it or not, it's like, bro, it's you and CBG talking. Why are you bringing another man in the situation? You did that because you wanted to take the time to shit on LeBron James. You were preoccupied. We get it, with your little emotions you got going on right now. But instead of handling it like a man, you wanted to do the sassy thing. Drake is sassy too. You know what I'm saying? So I see why him and CBG are friends. They both some sassy asses. So he wanted to take that moment to be a sass magass. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah. To those who are, first of all, before I get to this point, I did want to say this. I'm not, you see how quick that news just got swept under the rug? I'm not insinuating that because it's true, but this is what happens if you're friends with Drake. Also, don't cheat on your wife. Allegedly. Don't cheat on your wife. Now, this isn't the first remarks where Drake made insinuating that he and LeBron pretty much had sex with the same women, right? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is. And again, these women not being Savannah James. So we got a situation here. And my thing is this: if you're gonna be friends with a dude like that, like Drake, or even a friend like Sassy McGee, you know what I'm saying? You cannot be surprised when they put you on Front Street. You just can't. I'm not saying it's excusable, but if you do dirt with them, like you out here just having sex with people that is not your partner, and you expecting them to keep a secret, eventually they're going, the moment, because that's what these lame ass dudes do, the moment they figure they're like, I'm done with you because you hurt my feelings, because I don't know, you listened to a song that dissed me, or you didn't do that fuck nigga thing that I wanted you to do, and therefore because you're not joining me on being a fuck boy, then I'm going to expose you. There wouldn't be anything to expose, gentlemen, if one, you wasn't doing dirt with these clowns, and two, if you weren't hanging around these clowns. There are no type of dudes like a Drake or Chris Blake Griffin or Griffith that can say, I'm going to expose Ernest for some XYZ. Because we ain't never done anything together, and I don't hang out with dudes like that. It's really that simple. So it's like if you don't give these people ammunition, and if you don't cheat on your wife, nobody can ever have the ammunition on you. That's number one. Number two, if you don't hang out with them, period, and do stuff that you shouldn't be doing with them, there is no way in hell these slimy dudes, these slimy types, can have ammunition on you. And again, I'm not insinuating that LeBron James or what Drake was saying is actually true. You know, at first he denied the screenshots, but then it was proven to be true. You know, or at least he denied it to academics, which he's going through some stuff right now. Oof. The reason why I didn't jump at the bit to talk about it is because I'm already demonetized. But the things I would have said would have gotten this channel taken down. The things I would have said about him. But if you want, if you want to know my thoughts on what's happening with academics and all that drama, my thoughts minus the violent takes that I have, go watch FD Signifier's video about it. He perfectly explained everything, and I mean perfectly. And I rarely use that word to describe anything, really, not even the shit that I do. But I'm using it this time. FD perfectly, just said everything that I wanted to say, minus the threats, to be honest with you. Minus the threats. Minus the threats and the wishes of death. So that's all I'm going to say. Again, watch FD Signifier's video. And again, I'll leave that linked in the description box below. Go tell him I sent you over there. Because he did a wonderful job on that video, as he does with many of his videos and stuff. So shout out to that brother. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm going to wrap this thing up because I'm going to have my character take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't just look and smell good in real life. I look and smell good in video game world too. So with that being said, if you're going to fuck around with fuck boys, don't be surprised when you get wrapped up in fuck boy activity. You know? Especially if you're going to take part in fuck boy activity. It's really that simple. But y'all like, comment, and share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Peace out.
I got Jake's implant, but there's a virus on it. You'll have to swap out its firmware with the original on the shard.
What a surprise. Nomads always get special treatment. Thanks for being careful, V. Come by in a few hours. Things should settle down by then.